All right, welcome to JCCR Racing. We are taking on the subscribers, and by taking on, well, I'm turtle slow, probably back the pack, but we will be covering tips and tricks to driving. Even as a complete beginner, we're going to be taking on a course that we haven't driven in, well, since I was basically a teenager. I believe we're going to be taking on Laguna Seca, but we will let subscribers pick race 2. So far, Laguna Seca is a subscriber choice, and the real question is, well, I'm challenging my subscribers, and we will see the insane battles and epic racing that's going to be undertaken, because some of these subscribers, yes, are A-rated drivers. That means they are extremely fast. Good morning, Dano. Speaking of extremely fast, Dano already in the house. Filmness GT will be here in just a moment. Now, before I create the room, I just want to show everyone what to do and how to get here. If you're not already subscribed, subscribe and come join the races with us today, because I'm Johnny from JCCR Racing, and I am looking forward to race with my subscribers. So don't forget, you can head over to the room name is JCCR Racing Subs. We're saying it's race for fun. That way, no hurt egos on the track, no fragile egos on the track. Number of participants will take up to 16. Hey, Super Doofus Inc., nice to see you. Glad you're in the show. Now, last time we did the Nürburgring, Nordschleife, on the last show with Race with Subscribers with Heavy Damage, and that is the Green Hell. It was pretty epic. Now, what are we going to do today? Well, there's been a vote, and the vote has been not for Deep Forest, which we did some of in last week's race as well, but we are looking for Laguna Seca. So Laguna Seca, let's see where you're at. And good morning, Filmness GT. Glad to have you along. We're going to do about 10 minutes of warm-up on the track, then we're going to get into the race. We got the Sardinia Road track here, Colorado Springs, and we've got Laguna Seca right here. Don't worry, Filmless GT. We're, if anything, if you're here in a few minutes, you'll just miss a few. Now, let me know in the comment section. I was thinking you can comment if you'd like less or more laps, but if we have less laps, we can do more races. If we have more laps, well, then we get into the strategy of pitting, what tires to use, fuel economy, and whatnot. How to pit, how to put on your power to fuel ratio. So I'm just getting in the live so I can follow along the chat here. Shan't be long. Give me just a moment. Here we go. I'm now in the chat. Welcome, folks. Now, number of laps, do we have any? 5 laps. Filmness GT saying 5 laps is good. Perfect. Oh, right. So 5 laps is good. We'll have variable time speed on 3. We're going to be driving in the afternoon with dry, sunny weather. We'll do grid start with false start check, as online racing should be every single week. It's overwhelmingly popular. People love it. So, of course, gt7, Gran Turismo 7, and Polyphony have taken it away. We'll go with slowest first. So the super talented A drivers in the group will have to get through the mayhem and have, fast, impressive overtakes. Come and blow my doors off. We got BOP tuning prohibited. Well, it is on, so we want the cars to be set evenly. Boost, no boost. Damage is on, and it is on heavy. So watch out for the walls. Watch out for the other cars, and you have to pit if you get hit. And because there'll be a pit for damage, let's do 6 laps, because it's not overly long here. This is only a course length of 2.24 miles. Longest straight is only 0.28 miles. Not much of an elevation gap except for that one corkscrew, which is pretty wild. So quite the little hill, and then climb a hill, 2 turns, and then a corkscrew. So I do remember it from a little while back. So I'm going to we're going to save these settings. And we'll call it JCCR Laguna. JCCR here. And you know what? We get the image of the track, so we're good. So look for the JCCR Racing Subs. The room has been created, folks. Cheers, a little cup of Joe coffee. It's a nice cappuccino.
Johnny, Bear_Cuddles for you has joined the room.
All right, so what car do you think is gonna do well here? Is it more a mid-engine? That corkscrew really shifts the weight of the vehicle around, so you're better off with a mid-engine rear-wheel drive or a rear-engine rear-wheel drive like the Porsche 911, or are you better off with, a front engine? I know Dano, I've got a good feeling he's going to be driving that Viper, and Viper is pretty, I bet it's going to be a little difficult here, but Dano doesn't shy away from a challenge. Now I'm only going to start off driving the BMW, I believe, not because it's my dream car in any way whatsoever, but because I'm used to it. Let's see here. If you want to change vehicles, folks, before the race starts, we've got a little 5 to 10 minute warm-up, so there is time to change your car. You go to settings, that's where you can change your car, and if I honestly were to pick my dream vehicle, we'll leave the M6 for the online racing where I have to worry about my, trying to get in the B class, because we, here on the channel in JCCR Racing, the goal is to go from 0 to hero over the long term. That's the big dream, and even get our actual race track license over at Mont Tremblant once we get well over 1,000 subscribers. But the weekly goal is to go from beginner to winner every week, and we started off in the E class. We're in the C. We're going to be making it to the B class when we get to weekly tracks where we know the track and can get used to it. But that's where I'll use the BMW because it is a fantastic, easy car to drive. Now, I do feel like I should be driving something American on this fine American track, and unfortunately, the Mustang GT is pretty hard to drive with all the back end kicking out. It sounds amazing. Nissan GTR, always a great vehicle on any track. Same thing for the Toyota Supra. But let's hit it up in the Corvette. Because the Corvette is a car that I would gladly own. So's the GTR, but it's an American track. The 458, absolute dream, and the Porsche 911, well, I have two, and that's the car I actually want to drive on Mont Tremblant. So honestly, if I was a smart man, I'd probably get used to driving this, but all fine vehicles, but they all have their own little quirks and their own little challenges. So let's start off. You know what? Let's go with the dream car. Forget it. Dream car. Let's get your car settings. Everyone should be running likely race soft. There is tire wear, but we'll find out a little bit more about that. So let's enter the track, get a few practice laps in. Thank you very much for watching. As people come in, we'll let people come in here. We'll do a few practice laps. Hopefully we get up to about 10 or 12 racers by the time we're going to be starting here. So my entry is in, and I'll enter the course here. And don't forget, when you are racing, you can always play around with your traction control. Major pro tip, all the pros are running at 0 for the traction control. It takes a lot of practice, and if you're getting so frustrated because you're spinning out on almost every bloody turn, before you delete Gran Turismo 7, or say, I'll never upgrade to the steering unit because it's just not worth it. I'm having a horrible time with the controller. This is a lot of fun. It really increases the experience. Same thing with the VR goggles. But I started on traction control 5. Then I went down to 3, now 2. I tried 1 last night in the live. It was very difficult. I put 0 on the GR4 cars. So GR4 is a great place to practice with no traction control. The little slide out is going to be minimal, and you'll know when you get a little bit of slide out, it's not like, oh, I can push the car there. It's, oh, if I drive a GR3 car like that, I'm going into the wall. So for the GR3, I'm still on 2. Little pro tip, don't get frustrated and delete the game. Just turn the traction control to 2. Now we're going to put a little more brake bias towards the rear, meaning the front. The whole car is going to brake a little less quickly because there's less brakes going up front, but those front wheels will be able to actually steer the vehicle instead of being under hard braking. Usually 2 or 3 is the right place to be for me. And when you're online, don't forget to leave radar on so you can see what's going on. And manual driving is oh so important, and the reason for that is because it allows you to use engine braking. It allows you to use engine braking to help slow down the vehicle. Now, I had gotten awfully fast at this track when I was about 14 years old on, I don't know, maybe the PS2.
has joined the room.
Looks like Frank the Tank's in the house.
_tank_GT
Hopefully Frank the Tank saw that damage is on heavy. Now the mid-engine or rear engine, this 911 is a rear engine. And the mid-engine, keep in mind, or rear engine in a corkscrew can very likely have the rear end slide out. The specialty of these vehicles is taking off from the apex, getting back on the throttle, lots of weight on the rear wheels. So it's very grippy, accelerating out of turns. Brake on the candies, turn in. Now that's very slow. Some of our users have been practicing the race, as they said last night, and I did not. This is my first lap on this in quite some time. Glad to be back in the Porsche 911, which I was just finding not adequate on the Dragon Trail. So here, I'd say brake at the 2, get a good angle across here, go from candy to candy, drive the candies, brake at 2. No, really not a hot lap. So before you start pushing the car fast, always a good idea, get 2-3 little laps in, try to learn your markers, braking at 2, that seems fine. And the 2 is the marker on the side of the track. Sorry, we're getting our windows and doors replaced on the house, so there is a little bit of excess of light here because I don't have my regular blind in. So I guess I'm just looking a little angelic. Forza Canada, welcome into the show. We're just doing our little 10-minute warm-up. Give everyone a chance to know what track we're driving. I have, as promised, I have not practiced this, so I'm very much in the very beginner stages. So at 2, we'll start braking all the way to 1. Often you start braking, as a general rule of thumb, often you can start braking at the beginning of the candies, and you start turning in at the end of the candy strip. Just general rule, I'd say 70% of the time, that will get the job done. So Forza Canada in the house, Fosna667, welcome, Jay Rizzo, quite a cool name there. So we'll hunt the apexes, general rules when taking on a new track. Hunt the apexes, use the whole track. So we'll go from the extreme outside here at 2, get our braking in, turn in here. At the 2, brake, turn in at the end of the candy. See, that's a very fast turn to be taking. Now remember, the slowest will start at the front, and the fastest will start at the back, so watch out, damage is on heavy, expect slow drivers, be very aware and responsible for the car in front of you. Now, if you hold on the brakes because, you know, you're kind of in that scared mode or not sure what's going to go on, so I'll use the brakes as like my safety, you'll slide right through the turn and it will cause an accident. So you got to let go and hope for the best, and sometimes that means, yes, you'll go off, but at least you won't go hitting the wall because you slide right into the wall. Cars generally won't turn when you've got the wheels locked up. Alright, so we're going to be coming to the end of our warm-up session. Let's get one last lap in, boys. Film this with a 125, my goodness. 10 seconds faster, that's one of our A drivers. I'm finding this more difficult than the Nordschleife, the Nürburgring. no, this is a very slow hot lap. Oh, nice clean pass, Slow Turtle. I don't think you're very slow, Slow Turtle. I think you're a fast turtle.
Fosco 11 has joined the room.
All right, so at least we made it down into semi-respectable lap time, 129.8, only 4 seconds off, 4.2 seconds off. So let's get this started. I think we've all had our little 10-minute warm-up. We get knocked off the track. Very nice, boys. Very nice. All right, so let's go make sure everyone's ready. So everyone here has a position. We're good to go. I will go accept Jay Wizzy as a friend will request Philness. Let's see how we do that. Here we go, here we go. Jay Wizzy, where are you? Jay Wizzy, where are you? Okay, so I'm not seeing any friend requests. Sorry about that. Maybe we'll do that for next race because I don't have the friend request in there, my friend. Just have him send the friend request to the correct place, please, because I am not seeing his demand. Hey, Mr. Knight Rider Jim. TD Knight Rider Jim. Okay, I'll go check that out. Thank you. TD Knight Rider Jim. Let's see here. This should be under here. Maybe if I search for you. Because I have no TD request from a TD here. Let's try this out. TD Knight. Oh, sorry, you guys. Must be getting a little bit of echo back on that. My mistake. Knight Rider. TD Knight Rider Jim, and it says no players found. So sorry about that, folks. Hey, Hobo Star, top of the morning, friend. Can you make it in time? So, yeah, nothing here. Mr. Knight Rider Jim, I'm sorry, I'm going to have to start the race up because I'm live, so I can't be looking for people, but try to get the request in, the friend request in, and we'll get you in for the next race. All right, so TD Knight Rider, Knight Rider Jim, throw in another request. I looked under TD, but that means we're on live, and it cuts out. So I'm going to start the race because we got other people waiting, but try to get it in for the next race. Host menu, everyone's got their position. Everyone's ready to start race. I hope you're happy with your car choices, folks. Super Doofus Inc., welcome. And the race is going to be starting up in 4 seconds. So Prost, cheers, folks. We're at the WeatherTech Raceway, Laguna Seca, with its famous corkscrew that claims so many accidents. Now let's see, we got a nice little mix-up of B, C, and A racers. So a little trick when we got the grid startup, hold down that gas pedal, hold down the brake, and then you just let go of the brake when it's time to go. Oh, looks like we got a very Super Doofus being very good at drag racing. Because your start off in drag racing is about the most important thing. That and being able to hold the steering wheel in a straight line and making a few corrections so you don't eat the wall. Ew, we got a little push. It's pretty packed in here, so we'll have to watch out. We'll use that radar, keep a real eye on the radar until the pack gets spread out. 911, its specialty is coming out of corners. You just full throttle it and it just sticks and grips. Go in deep, turn in. And there is the specialty of the 911 with the rear engine set up. The engine's behind the rear wheels, so there's a ton of weight and force on that back end. So it really grips coming out of corners. We just need to be careful braking into corners and then eating the curbs to not spin out and have the rear end slide out. So not bad. We're actually holding up with the pack here somewhat. First for rotation. Now in the Porsche 911 you can take off in first because the first gear is so meaty. There's so much to this gear, this first gear on the Porsche 911. But most cars you take off in first and you're going to go eat the wall somewhere on the track. You'll just completely spin out. Oh, and I pushed it just a little too hard. I'm sorry folks. Oh, I'm glad I didn't cause any damage to anyone there. My hot lap was a wee bit too hot. So we got damage on heavy, we got tire wear, so we need to adjust our driving to where our tires are at. So this racing will require full concentration. Glad to have you mates in the Racing with You mates. Thank you so much for making it, folks. Philness, great to see you. Dano, great to see you. Super Doofus, oh, just great to see all of you on a Saturday morning. Just because we're adults doesn't mean we can't have our Saturday morning cartoon time, our fun time. And we should. It's important to relax. Can't be whether you're working to be a good dad, a good employee, a good boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever. You can't be your best if you're not relaxed and happy. So it's important to spend time with the friends. Oh, went in way too hot. So we'll know for the next lap there. All right, we got Iron Pitbull waiting for the next race. So this will be interesting. We'll be up to 13 racers, and now it sounds like 14. Now it's nice to be back in the 911. The BMW drives really, really well. Still not a dream car. Dream family car, maybe a very powerful four-door BMW, or if Mustang comes out with a four-door version. That's not electric, that's actually V8 and gas powered. That'd be great. First place is cooking, 29 seconds ahead of us. First place has yet to make a mistake, likely, or no major mistake. We've made 2 major mistakes here. Oh, we got taken off. A little tap that took us off the track. Or at least it felt like a tap. Maybe it was just my poor driving, but definitely felt, oh, it was a tap, and he's doing the super polite thing. Sam Epic, thank you so much. Very kind of you. What a classy lad. Thanks, mate. So he'll come past me though, he's faster, he'll definitely be able to pass me, but this time I think he's aiming to do it cleanly and get that clean pass. Good for you, man, right on. Slow Turtle now with the fastest lap at 122, that is fast, great work. Ooh, Laguna Seca is a wonderful track. Just not used to it yet, but I do really like it. I like the thin candy bands, and then you're off into the dirt. So you need to drive it well, but at least you're not eating the wall from a mistake. Like the Green Hell, the Nuremberg Ring. You got thin candies, elevated candies, so you can spin out on the elevated candies pretty easily. And then you're eating grass, and once you touch the grass, you're going to be spun in all sorts of directions. And usually end up in the wall. And that's why it's claimed so many accidents and a good number of lives, too. Here, I think we need to start braking probably at 3. There we go, yeah, 3 and a little bit after. Between 2 and 3. I'd say it usually takes me about 7 to 10 laps to start getting a good plan on the track, a good idea of where to brake, where to accelerate. So how often do you ever see that in lobby racing? I've never seen anyone be a gentleman in lobby racing where they take you out and then they wait for you and let you pass as a way of apologizing. No, they in the online lobbies, it's chaotic clown racing, and often the person's goal is to take out every car, thinking that's somehow going to get them into first. They're thinking, wow, if I just take out every car on the track, I'll end up in first. No, because those cars come back and often with a vengeance will take you out and try to permanently knock you out. As we saw in last night's online racing, right around the middle of the live, it was a pretty wild, drastic takeout. One of the wildest takeouts we've seen to date. So congratulations to Slow Turtle, 122.3. Oh. Ooh, kind of scrapped out the time on this lap there. But just a reminder, it only takes a second of taking your eyes off the road when you're driving quick to have an error that will cause you an accident. So if you're driving in the real world, folks, keep that in mind. So that white line is basically where we need to start turning in. So there's another course indicator. Hey, Forza Canada, buddy. I too have spun out and slid out. Okay, I think people want no tire damage, and that's fine. They want consistent laps instead of constantly trying to adjust to, okay, where are my tires at? How can I actually drive? So I'll modify that for the next race. Now, maybe in the next race, maybe we should do Watkins Glen to practice for the manufacturers, no, the World Series. There we go. We were too slow. We got cut off. That was a good race, folks. Now let's go see. I'm going to quickly go see if I can add Knight Rider Jim into the race. And we'll check it out. Let me know in the comments section while I'm just switching off. Would you prefer to do this Laguna Seca race again, or do you want me to switch right over to Watkins Glen? So for next race, vote Laguna Seca or Watkins Glen, and I'll see which gets how many votes, which is the winner of the votes. And Jamie Bradford, I'll go and add you, but you'll need to make sure that you've sent it to bear_cuddles for you. The B and the C are capitalized. So that's bear_cuddles for you. So send the friend invite so you can join in on the racing. All right, Forza Canada, thank you so much for making it to the race. Now, Jamie Bradford, you'll need to send me the friend request. Let me know what your name is, so if anything, I can add you. So don't forget, folks, vote. Do we do Laguna Seca again, or do we switch to Watkins Glens? In the meantime, either way, I'm going to go to host menu, settings, and I believe there's a demand for no tire wear.
Turtle, Steflon_972, has left the room.
There we go.
Speed,
and Jamie Bradford. So I didn't see Mach 1 speed in people I could add, so make sure you do send that friend request. And Mr. Jim, Knight Rider Jim, you have been added. All right, Super Doofus would like another shot at Laguna, so we've got a revenge match, a rematch. Sorry, it's called a rematch. We've got a rematch coming up, and that's great. Don't ever give up on your hopes, dreams, and goals, folks. Even if your dreams and goals are really, really big, the key, cut it up into smaller goals so you can get little mini achievements. So that will encourage you to keep going and not give up. Pat yourself up on the back when you get that little reward. You know, like if your dream is to put on more muscle mass and be healthier, well, make it so that every day you do, let's say, 45 minutes of various exercises. Well, every time you finish that, good job, I got my daily goal in. So we'll go, hey, Jay Rizzo, don't forget to put turn entry to on so that you're there, Gruntle. Now I'm going to quickly go see if I've got any other friend requests that made it in time. Jamie Bradford, we'll go see if we've got Jagger B. All right, Jagger B. There's a lot of Jagger Bs. So Jamie Bradford, you're going to need to send that friend request. I'll try again, and then we'll get this race started going. I'm going to try in the meantime. Let me know what car you're using, what car you think is best for Laguna Seca. We've been driving our dream car, the 911, and if you want to check out our two 911s and other cars that we have for the channel, like the Shelby GT350, you just need to go and subscribe to Johnny's Car Care and Reviews, where we have a 2017 GT350. That's a Shelby. It's got a flat plane crank V8 engine, just like the Ferrari Italia, which we're now going to use. It also has, we also have two 911s, a 2024 Ford F-150 Tremor that so far we are loving the rattling from what we thought was a broken table or rubber in the suspension. Turned out to be ice, so we melted out our problem. Actually, you know what? This is an American track. Let's be respectful. We'll drive the Corvette here, and we'll track one last time for Jaggerby so that he can join up. we go. All right, so let's make sure we got the right tires on. Always important when you're playing and racing. Put on those softs. And we are good to go. We're going to enter the race. Everyone's going to be tuned. Damage is to heavy, so this should be an interesting extreme race. So if you love extreme races, you got to make it down. Subscribe to JCCR Racing. Get our friend code. Add us as a friend so that we can race together. So we're in a lobby here with subscribers. This is going to be so far very polite racing with some very fast racers, so it's a learning experience, and the channel is all about learning and growing. We've got fantastic mentors, coaches, often in the live stream, and at least once a week we're going to try to do a subscriber race with them, with our coaches and mentors. They're here to make the racing community better, cleaner, happier, and less frustrating. So let's get the race started here. Good luck, everyone. One last pit stop here. Refueling on the coffee from our Phillips machine. Making some of the best cappuccinos that I've had. Forget spending $10 to $15 for a coffee filled with sugar, which is just horrible for the immune system. We've got this sugarless, essentially sugarless free, other than the sugar in the milk. Look at that Aussie Pug JCCR Racing livery that he designed. Oh, and we got a penalty. Let off just a little too early. And the Corvette accelerating. Forza, I think, letting me ahead here. Woo! Oh, good pass, Gruntle. Nice work. I am in the thick of it here. This is pretty cool. Nice Star Wars themed Gruntle. Love it. Looking good, buddy. Oh, and driving the 911. We love those 911s. And the Corvette is it's an astute, it's a powerful vehicle. It's great for online racing. It's hard to get punted around. Now with the subscribers, I don't really have to worry about getting punted and speared into another stratosphere too badly. Oh, and I make the big corkscrew mistake. I'm still thinking about that good old brake controller and getting my radar back on. I'll carefully come back to the track here. Hey, Super Doofus, what's up, buddy? I feel bad for the person driving behind me. I've got no experience with this car on this track, so it's all about finding the right car for you and then try to get used to it on as many tracks as possible. But sometimes your favorite car just won't function on a track, and it's good to have a backup car. So I always think it's great to be practiced in a front engine rear wheel drive as well as a mid-engine or rear engine. Oh, nice pass, Philness. Looking good with the Tron theme there. So the fastest drivers are at the back of the pack and have to make their way up to the front of the pack within 6 laps so that they get to showcase their overtaking prowess, their skilled, safe, smart driving, which is the key to becoming a better racer and moving up in the lobbies. Back window, they got nice covering there. Now it's always better to go in slow and come out fast. So we're gonna brake up here. Oh, the brakes really not the same. The 911 definitely has superior brakes over the Corvette. That or I'm just driving way faster, but I doubt it. Now all the fastest drivers have had to start from the back and move their way up, so good luck, boys. 6 laps is not a lot to go from last if you're the fastest driver to first. But if you're patient, us C and D drivers will make mistakes and you'll get a nice easy pass on us. If not, you can practice your overtaking skills. And I think for this race, I'm going to go back to the 911. Oh, I certainly will. Missing that weight on the rear tire, so I'll let... You gotta... Yeah, it's all yours, buddy. Definitely was driving faster, so I'll let him pass instead of causing an accident. So far on Laguna Seca, I am preferring a rear-wheel drive. But let's just see if it's just a matter of adapting to the car being very different due to engine placement. Between the 2 and 3, get to braking, and we should have gone wide from the outside to the inside there, so we did not get the right drive line through there. You can always go a lot faster through a turn with a proper drive line. All right, mark our... Always need to find our visual braking point and visual acceleration points, but as a general rule of thumb, you can usually start braking at the beginning of the candy canes. Oh, there's a big accident here, so I'll just go through cleanly here. Three-way pile up. A bit of a dog pile there, and that happens. That happens pretty often in real racing as well. One accident can turn into 3, 4, 5 or more cars. So let's start braking at the 4 with the Corvette. Try to hunt these apexes. We need to be apex predators, hunting out the apexes. Start braking at the top of the candy, turn in at the end of the candy. And that's generally going to be your, when you don't know a track and you're a beginner like myself on a track, it's generally going to be your cue for what to do. 70%, 70-80% of the time, it's going to get you through the turn relatively quickly and accident-free. So shave 2 seconds there, just following a basic race tool there. I'd say we start braking probably at the first white painted line and start turning right after the second. There, big mistake, got on the throttle too early. Normally, you get halfway through an apex before you start to get on the accelerator, unless you're going too fast. So better to go in slow, come out fast. Now realizing now it's meant to be taken at a very fast pace. Sorry again about the light coming through the window. Windows and doors getting replaced. It was supposed to be last Thursday, Friday, but they couldn't come. Our order never, the wrong order showed up. So now it's going to be moved to Monday and Tuesday. Corkscrew in. Oddly, it's so odd. You don't even see the track and you need to be back on the throttle. Gotta watch out, that little speed bump will throw some cars up into the air, up on 2 wheels really. They'll kick 2 wheels up into the air and then you'll just slide off because you don't have the 4-wheel traction. 4 tires on the ground versus 2 tires. Very big difference on what kind of traction and grip you're getting. The grip force goes down drastically when you remove 2 of the 4 elements that help you grip to the track. first, always better for rotation, or lower gear, I should say. Try to use the whole track, that's one pro tip. Go from the complete outside, hunt the apex, get to the back on the accelerator. Generally when you're to the midpoint of an apex, that's the inside of a turn. Now you can go through there very, very fast if you have the right drive line, but I've been finding getting just the right drive line difficult because I did not practice this in advance. I want to take it on as a complete noob to show you how within a few laps with some patience and perseverance, you know, put your 10 to 15 laps of practice in. Start off by driving slow and slowly build up to what we would call a hot lap, and you will be able to get through a track in a manner where you're like, that was enjoyable, that was fun. Fun. So don't give up, and hopes and dreams are dreams that you've turned into manageable goals. You get your big dream, you cut that into, you know, let's say 10 goals, and within those goals you have sub goals. You can be hitting a sub goal every day or every week. It will make it fun. If you're just like, my goal is I'm going to write a book, and that's all you have to your goal, that's not going to be a very fun goal when your sole goal is I'm going to write a book. You need to break it up into I'm going to do my research for my book and take notes between this date and this date. So make your goal timely, put time stamps to it, and then break it down even to how much time you're going to put into it every day, so that every day you're like, I put in my 15 minutes, or if you can put in an hour, I put in my hour. And you just pat yourself on the back so you move forward on your goal every day, every week, every month, and you will achieve your big goal, your big dream. Now let me know in the comments, are we heading over to Watkins Glen to practice up a little for today's big race, or do you want to continue on Laguna Seca? Let's go see if I can even find Watkins Glen here. Okay, Watkins Glen, where are you?
King Super Doofus has left the room.
Watkins Glen, here we go. I've got...
GG.
Yeah, let's see who first of all, let's see who finished up. Phil Nissen first, great job, buddy. We've got in second, Fosco 11, Cosmic Man 5, Dano in fourth. That's great because you started from the way back of the pack. Sammy Epic, PHG Iron Fix, and Forza Canada. Great job, guys. Let's switch it up now. Let's go to the menu. Let's hit up Watkins Glen. I've got no experience here, but would love a little experience before the day starts up, before we start trying to put in our lap against some very dangerous drivers. Let's do the long course.
You winner.
Let's do short races, 4 laps, because it is a bit longer of a race than this one here. And let's actually get this switched up. So Watkins Glen, gotta apply the changes.
Yes.
Starting from the back, 4 laps, that's going to mean that the best racers, it's okay if you don't finish in first. Filmless GT said he did not win, but he had a good race. Okay, so maybe the people, the 1 or 2 cars ahead of him left before I had a chance to call out the wins of the day.
Underscore cuddles for you has changed the room settings.
Fosco 11 is fast, completely agree. Alright, so let's see. We've got Philness, Fosco 11, Cosmic Man, Dano, Jay Rizzo, Sammy Epic, and Forza Canada. That's a nice lineup of racers here. Let's do this, folks, with who's game for doing this without a practice lap. If anything, we'll do a second race to really... The whole first race, we'll say, is a practice race.
YouTube. Forza Canada, Frank the underscore tank underscore GT.
We'll take our favorite car.
PHG underscore Iron Fix underscore QC, Iron Pitbull, has left the room.
Car settings. Don't forget, folks, put on your racing softs on. We'll let Dano, Jay Rizzo, and Sammy Epic, and Super Doofus enter the race. So I guess we'll give them a minute to get in here. And I don't know if I've raced this before. So let's go see what this race is about. You know what? The Ferrari is already so good on turn-in. Let's do it at plus one. Okay, we've raced a few laps on Watkins Glen and found it a wonderful but challenging track. So start braking at the 300 is going to be my guess. Oh, I guess we can fly through there.
GT has joined the room.
So it's good. We've got people coming back from the last race.
Twitch _Forzakanda _GT come say hi.
Woo!
Forzakanda _GT come say hi.
Follow the tire marks. The dark marks on the track, usually a good indicator of where we need to start braking and turning in. And I've almost forgotten, simple pro trick, we don't know this track, so let's actually look at what gear is being suggested. And that should get us through most of the turns. So we're now 1 lap of experience. Let's do a second lap and then start the race. Nice clean pass. Bosco 11, beautiful passing, man. Beautiful overtake. Why don't we see more of that online? You'd think if people would put their fragile ego aside and realize what's actually going on when they dirty dog us and dirty donkey us, they're just embarrassing themselves. What's far more impressive is when you get a clean pass, a respectful pass on someone, and the person's, you know, mature, they'll have the reaction of, wow, what a beautiful pass. I'm going to take notes and try to pull that one off. So next turn saying we should be in second. The 911's a great car, and the 458 Italia, wow, 2 great cars. BMW being much easier to drive than both of them. GTR much easier to drive. NSX easier to drive. One of the hardest and fastest cars in the game is the Lambo. The 911 and the Ferrari also fast cars, also difficult to drive. And the easy ones, like mentioned, the BMW, the NSX, the GTR, the Toyota Supra, the RS01, very easy to drive and very fast. Maybe not the straightaway king, but it is fast going through the turns. Lots of G grip, lots of grip in the corners. Bosco 11 reminding me I'm driving a little slow. Let's get this race started. So let's jump in with 2 laps of experience. Now folks, don't forget this is extreme racing. So things to remember, folks, friends, this is extreme racing. So damage is on heavy. Watch out. If you have a contact, you're going to be driving funky until you pit. So if you have a real bad accident, you have to pit. With only 4 laps, pitting is going to be horrendous. So watch out. You don't want to do damage to yourself or others, because you and the car you hit will pay the price. Now here, foot on the brake, rev up the engine once we get to the end, and then just let go of the brake. Oh, and we got a good start here. Real good start. Oh, big air on my part. So when there's no gear indicator, that means floor it, pedal to the metal. And I should have radar on, but I don't really know the track yet. So I'm just following the indicators, the track map, and this is saying I should do this in third. The Ferrari 458 and the 911 having a bit of a tendency to slide out if you push it too hard, but they have incredible grip until that point. So we need to be in second here, so 200. Second for rotation, and once you get to the middle of the apex, just floor it and take off. Now the whole pack probably being held back from my slow driving. I am a turtle, but safe, smart driving with determination and perseverance usually has us go from beginner to winner every week on the online races. This week went from the D class up to the C class, because despite not having very much experience on the weekly race, we really climbed up the ranks and started getting pole positions. Now the pack being very respectful, waiting for their chance to pass. Trail braking right to the middle of the apex inside of the turn. Now no gear selector at the bottom, no gear suggestions. That means we floor it on through. Now we've got a good clean passer on the right, so we're going to watch out not to bash him on the straight like a total clown, as they do in the online racing. Oh, so that's how we go through there. Whoa, starting a slide because we're in too low of a gear. Good, clean pass, Cosmic Man. Great job. So we can go through there easily in third. Gear suggestion was second, but we'll remember that's a third. Probably the same thing here. Oh. Oh, that was a slow way around that corner. So remember, if we get the front wheels with this mid-engine, if we get that front wheel up on that elevated curve, the back end will slide out. So no muscle memory here at all for this track. So being at the top of first there was just too slow. So we should be in second coming up, so that means we're going to start braking at about 250. Let go of the throttle there and should not. There's no gear selector warning me. So let's see, we're going to get a clean pass here, I think. Yeah, we're definitely passing. Sam Epic, great pass. So I remember here we can go through in third. Easily third, even though it's saying second. So the gear suggestion isn't always in the right, but it's a good general tool to use. Oh, we're going to be in trouble here. Or will we make it through? Oh, we'll make it through. No contact. Fantastic. Good job, Sammy Epic. And I'll pat myself on the back for that one as well. Good, clean driving, Super Doofus. Way to go, buddy. Rocking the JCCR livery, because you're part of the JCCR racing crew. You just slammed your name on the back. Very good. Appreciate it that no one just takes the livery and does some posing. It's good to have your name on it. I wonder what I can do in the BMW on this track. Very different setup. At the 200. Oh, good job, buddy. That's yours. Sorry, Forza Canada. I turned in a little too hard on you. You had that. Whoa. Over-rotating the 458, which is one of its weaknesses, and slide outs, and not the most solid on the curbs. All right, good racing, folks. Let's see how things shook out of the subscribers. Hey, we got a clean race bonus. That is a little small victory on a track I don't know, racing with my friends, my subscribers, viewers. I'm glad I didn't knock any of you guys out. I'm sorry I was turtle slow and up at the front of the pack because of my drag racing skills, taking off from the grid start and getting ahead and then holding everyone back. Hey, Plankton, PhD worth more than a PhD these days. Good afternoon, friend. I'm so glad that you guys are in the house. Let's give a good old welcome to all of you.
Fan 6,680.
All right, now Fosco 11 finishing in first. Great job, mate. Cosmic Man 5 for a bronze, for a silver, and Dano 599 for the bronze. Things have moved around now. I'm not sure what's going on. But let us know if you got first, second, or third. Let us know in the comments on the side. Good game, boys. Good games. Let's try another one up. Give you a chance to change up your cars if you would so desire. Now, cars that are easy to drive, because I'm always about talking about best cars, car reviews, talking about tune setups. The AMG, if you're a beginner, great car. Very solid on the track against those dirty donkeys and dirty dogs. The McLaren, very good car. Find it lacks a little bit of turn-in on high-speed turn-ins. NSX, both NSXs, great car. Toyota Supra, very easy to drive. One of the most beginner vehicles you can drive. The Corvette, pretty easy as well. NSX, again, very easy. Alfa Romeo, wonderful turn-in, gets punted around a little. Doesn't handle the elevated curbs very well. The 911, also a bit of an expert car. Same thing for the Ferrari 458 and Lamborghini. The GTR is a go everywhere, go anywhere car, and the BMW is somewhat of a go everywhere car with a little bit of overspin where you'll lose a little bit of time, but it is very fast. Super Doofus, thanks for racing. You're gonna watch the next one. Great. Thank you, Super Doofus. Now let's get It's Danny C Fan up in here and racing. Mr. Knight Rider Jim got disconnected, so Knight Rider Jim will give you a moment to make it back. And I agree, Sammy Epic, this is great. Good, clean racing, the opposite of what we get in lobbies. Let's go buy some soft tires here. Slam them on. And let's also have change event settings.
Cars I have with any paint scheme. Also,
Let's switch it up, folks. Be careful. Tires are going to be wearing and fuel is going to be up. So a little bit of thinking required, and you'll pit if there'll be an accident. Now we got to apply change event settings. We got to apply these. Fuel consumption rate, let's hit that up to 6. Scare some people that they'll run out of. Ray GR3, how do you join? Great question. You need to add me as a friend. Bear underscore cuddles for you. That's a capital B and a capital C. So bear underscore cuddles for you. Capital B, capital C. You send me a friend request. I'll add you, and then you'll be. You need to go find this lobby. Now, don't go to the online racing. Do not go to the sport mode on the right of your world map. Go on the right, but at the bottom. Bottom right, there's multiplayer. Hit multiplayer. You'll have a tab come out called lobby. 3 tabs, really. The one on the left is lobby. Click lobby and then look for JCCR. Do a search for JCCR, and really you just at the top you can click friends lobbies, and we should pop up because we'll probably be your one of few friends that's actually running a lobby right now. So don't forget, start with that friend request. Now, fuel consumption rate, guys, don't forget, tires at 4, fuel consumption at 6. So will you run mediums or will you run softs? I'll let you take that risk, and heavy damage is on.
Johnny, bear underscore cuddles for you, has changed the room settings.
Johnny saying, any cars I have with any paint scheme. Also, Ottawa 67's won over North Bay Battalion, probably Battalion, and it's Danny has sent a friend request. So the live is going to be put on pause very shortly as I go and accept these friend requests. Don't forget, check your tires, make a tire decision, folks. We've got 6 laps with tire wear on higher, so I'll be right back. We'll put the live on pause while I add some people in. Hi. Hi, sweetie. Hey, Ray, GR3, nice to meet you, buddy. Thank you for checking it out. And All Terrain Nation, folks, if you want to see a great, fantastic auto journalist, check out YouTube channel, All Terrain Nation. He's got 2 channels. Check them both out. Does great, unbiased reviews of vehicles, practicality. He covers it all. So make sure you check out All Terrain Nation on YouTube. Now, I'm sorry, it's Danny, you've made it in, so we're ready to race. Fantastic, everyone's tires, everyone's in. We've got 12 racers. Let's see how this shakes out. So we've got 6 seconds to go time. Hit up a last coffee refueling. Now, don't forget, Prost, cheers. All right, we're taking on Watkins Glen with the subscriber race. We've got some A+, wow, A+ racer, AA, so a B up there as well. We'll start off in 10th. Thank you very much for the good luck. Ray GR3, I didn't see it. So we'll put the brake controller to 2, so that means more braking towards the rear, less overall braking, but more turn-in when we are on the brake pedal. Hey, Dano, buddy, looking good in the AMG. Nice livery. Dano from Texas. We love our Texas people, making sure that they stay strong and free. They don't just roll over and take whatever they're told to take. Oh, and the BMW a lot easier to drive here than the Ferrari 458. Made a clean, little bit of patience, safe, smart driving will get us through. It's Danny maybe doing a little pushing, displaying some lobby racing. I want to remind everyone, damage is on, it is heavy, so try to race clean, do your best effort to race clean, folks. This isn't your online Dirty Donkey lobby. Oh, Danny, clean it up, buddy. You got to clean it up. You're cooking in everyone's kitchen, Danny. Oh, I think he's noticed he's got a lot of damage, so he's got the hazard lights on now. I think someone just learned that damage is on heavy. Probably wasn't aware of it before. So you're gonna have to pit, buddy. So I'll slipstream behind this lovely Corvette. Oh, sorry to the car to the right of me. I need to get my radar on. Oh. So I think I'll have to put these races on friends only, because I think we might have 1 or 2 racers in here that are driving a little more wildly than our subscribers would probably like. So I don't think friends only is on, and I'll have to adapt that in the settings. Oh yeah, that's not looking like subscriber racing right there. We usually drive very respectfully, and if you take someone out, often, most of the time, the car will pull over and wait for you to pass as a show of respect. And as a reminder that this is not your Dirty Donkey online racing. This is a lobby race. It is online, but it's generally clean, other than accidentals. Oh. So Danny and I creating a little slow traffic as we made a collision in the turn. So I'll go wide because I don't want to cut off the car that's on the inside of me that I can hear in my earphones. What you can hear is oh so important. Yeah, it's all over the road, so penalty, 6-second penalty. These guys are cooking in everybody's kitchen, and they've taken each other out. Oops, sorry to the car to the right, left of me. Let's make sure we get that radar on now that we actually have somewhat of an idea of where the track goes. Go a little wide there, leaving space for the car. I thought he was a little more up on our right side, so I got to check out that radar before you go into a turn. Try to use the whole track, hunt these apexes. We need to be apex predators. All right, so Dano and I have made it out of the rough housing pack.
underscore Mike Alpha, PTH underscore Mike Alpha, has left the room.
I think Dano wants to see me pass. He said, oh, I'll let my buddy Johnny pass me here. Check out his nice livery. And he has let me pass, because now he's going to say, now he's going to work on a hot lap to pass me with style. And he probably wants to learn how I drive so he can give me tips, because Dano every week usually makes us, he usually shaves 2 to 3 seconds off our time. And then Philness GT usually shaves a couple seconds off as well. And between the two of them, we usually, through their tricks, pick up about 5 seconds of extra speed. Oh, I'm driving really poorly. Dano, I'm sorry that you had to witness that. So I kind of still need this right here, the track map. Otherwise, I kind of get lost and wondering where I'm at in the race. Yeah, I do like it's Danny, I do like the NASCAR paint theme. I see that you're rubbing a little, just like in NASCAR too. But yeah, the paint scheme is nice. Love the NASCAR paint schemes. So no gear suggestion in red at the bottom, so that means we fly through pedal to the metal. Know that, and you can it'll help you take on new tracks that you have no experience on. Now we see we need to be in third for the next upcoming turn. We see it's a right hand, so we'll go to the far left here. Try to drive a straight line through everything when possible. A lot easier going through there with the BMW compared to the mid-engine and rear-engine cars, other than the NSX, which is a mid-engine that's very easy to control, just like the McLaren. Try to trail brake to the apex, and then once we get to the middle of the apex is the inside of a turn. Once we get to the middle of the apex, it's, as a general rule, the time to start, like here, it's where we start adding on the throttle, but you don't just slam it down because you'll spin out. Now, I love what I just saw, someone apologizing to someone else for a contact. That's the way racing should be. We should all race like we own these cars in the real world and don't want to cause damage to someone else's supercar, dream vehicle, weekend fun vehicle. Whether it's a $2,000 cart you're racing in the real world or a $200,000 car, you want to be respectful of other people's vehicles. Remember what used to happen if someone stole someone else's horse. Imagine if that was the consequence to stealing other people's vehicles. I think there'd be a lot less car thefts, because no one would want to get caught stealing a vehicle unless they really don't care about life anymore. Starting to actually know the track, and I'm actually starting to really like this track quite a bit. Lots of back and forth, left, right, turny bendy. Lots of fun. And I'm sure because it's the Manufacturers Cup when we play today, it's going to be chaotic clown racing at its finest, or worse, depending on how frustrated you get. Had that Donkey Kong style driving. And following the tire marks, another pro trick that'll help get you a better line, one of the better lines to follow. And it's like a free cheat hack. It's right on the track. You just have to know what to pay attention to. Didn't get a line, proper line, so that wastes a lot of time. Let's go wide, then come in tight from the outside to the inside. And this floor, I shouldn't have hit the brakes there. This pedal to the metal, pedal to the floor. And Super Doofus, thank you very much for the tip there. Oh, love how the BMW, you can just power out of corners and not get too squirrely. Tire marks showing you where we need to start braking. Little squirrely there, but nothing that's not can't be handled. Now the BMW likes to be revved out, but it's important to know your car. It's important to be consistent with your car, because the fastest car, either online or against AI, is the car you can be consistent with.
Message Oracle 25, message Oracle 25 has left the room. Message Oracle 25, message Oracle 25 has left the room.
There we go. Not fast enough to get to finish because I put it on, I think 30 seconds after the first place finishes the line. The race is over. So let's see. Great work, guys. Let's see how this shook out. And Super Doofus Inc. saying, take your turns wider in Sector 2, Section 2. Fantastic. Super Doofus saying you got some good reviews of our livery, or I think I got good views of your livery, mate. So we raised our position by 4, so that's a small win. You got to pat yourself on the back when you finish higher than where you started. Philness GT saying different track, sure. Philness, what do you recommend? Throw something out. Oh yeah, Danny Dude does need to be watched. He was wrecking people on purpose. Yeah, that was not cool. That's not how we race here, buddy. Yes, Danny Dude, you're welcome for the race. Next time, try to keep it a little cleaner. We leave that dirty dog racing for the online racing. And I want to say, PHG Plankton, congratulations. Philness, great job. Fosco11, great work there, buddy. Now, let's hit it up. Host menu. So, Danny, give you another try. Try to keep it clean. Otherwise, have to ask you to hit it out. The ring. By the ring, do you mean the green ring? Dragon Trail Gardens? Yeah, Knight Rider Jim, you're kind of right. So, kind of have to... Sorry, buddy. Next time, though. Next time, come on back. Let's see. What race do we want? What's getting... We could do Dragon Trail Gardens. We could do... I got... no Nurb, please. Yeah. No Nürburgring. Okay, fair enough. No Nürburgring. Fine. Yeah, sure. We can do Dragon Trail. Everyone's gotten used to it this week. That's the only downside. Yes, Ray GR3. So I'm going to go add Ray, or do my best to add Ray. Thank you so much for waiting. Spa, yeah, Sammy, Spa's a great idea. So get a vote going. Well, let's see which can get 2 or 3 votes, and I'm going to go add in people that are waiting to be added in. All right, so I've added everyone. There's about 6 people to add, so you've been added. Red Bull Ring is definitely fun. Yeah, Sammy, I vote Red Bull Ring. Red Bull Ring and Spa are 2 that I love. Sammy, let's see, Spa is fun from Philness GT. Sammy also saying Red Bull Ring. Let's take one last vote. Spa. So Spa or Red Bull. Vote now. And no matter what, I'm going to... It's not necessarily that I'm taking the Red Bull. I'm going to just set it up. So if it's Red Bull, it'll be 6 laps. If it's Spa, we'll do 4 laps. Tire wear, well, that's fine. We'll just turn tire wear off. We'll have full traction from the beginning. Fuel consumption, though, why not throw it up there, get people a little nervous. No limit. And damage, don't forget, folks, damage is on high. Avoid people. Now let's see what we got for votes. We've got 1 for Red Bull, 1 for Spa, another for Red Bull, another for Spa, so it's a 2-2 tie. Let's see if there's a tiebreaker other than me. I'll vote a Red Bull, and let's see if we get 2 more for Spa. Spa will be the winner, but Spa will come back. So let's see. For now, we'll leave it here.
Johnny, Bear_Cuddles for you, has changed the room settings.
It's Danny C-Fan. Danny, I got asked, I think, more or less to put you in the cold shower. I'm maybe it was deliberate, maybe it wasn't, but our lobbies are clean, and when we really take someone out hard, we actually stop and let them pass us. Usually what we try to do, that's not a requirement, but a requirement is to not go and deliberately bang on anyone. So we'll let you in on the next race. Now here we go. Everyone needs to enter the race here. And don't forget to check out your car settings. We're racing soft on the BMW. Very controllable, very easy race to run. Mind you, the Red Bull doesn't have all these weird elevation changes. It's definitely a car that I think the 911 is great at. The 458 Ferrari is great. The Huracan is a top car for this track. You want something nice and easy? Let's do a little car review here for this track. Easy cars on this track. Well, it's not much of a... It doesn't have a weird corkscrew. It doesn't have this crazy elevation change. This is a great track to learn for any car, even the harder cars such as the 911, the Ferrari 458, and the Huracan. Some of the hardest cars to drive, as well as the Mustang. Very, very difficult to drive. Now, easy cars to drive on pretty much any track. The Nissan GTR, the NSX, Corvette, pretty much so. Mercedes, yes, and very solid for online racing, like the Corvette. The BMW, very, very few corks, very slight corks. It's a little quirky, but slight. Very solid for online racing. This gets punted. The Ferrari 458 gets punted. The Alfa Romeo, incredible turn-in, gets punted. It's a total go-kart. Lovely vehicle, but it gets punted. The 911, medium for strength. It's not a tank, but it's no lightweight. And it's got great traction coming out of turns. We'll try the first race with the BMW. It's not a dream car, forget it. Let's go. Oh, I'm so tempted to jump 911. You know what? I've never raced this in the BMW. We'll stick to it. It's an easy one, and the Toyota Supra is nice and easy everywhere. Hard but fast. Huracan, 458 Italia, 911. Pretty easy. McLaren. So we're just waiting for Cosmic Man 5. And Cosmic Man 5, we just need you to jump in here, buddy. Hit enter. You have to just hit enter to make it in Cosmic Man 5, otherwise we'll lose you. Now let's see. For lap times here, PHG Plankton is very fast. very fast. Fosco 11, Cosmic Man 5, also fast. Sammy Epic, very fast. Philness, fast. And then there's the rest of us with medium speeds for this track. All right, everyone's ready. Let's get down to business. And I might not have the right tires on, but at least I'm in the race. All right, so we're racing the Red Bull Ring. This is a fantastic track to learn new cars on. It doesn't throw out anything too horrifically surprising at you. Subaru BRZ, by the way, great car. Easy drive. Easy to drive. Have your radar on, folks. Watch out. Damage is on heavy. We're ready to jump off the track just to avoid a collision with Forza, because that's how real racing gets done. Real racing, you can't just damage your car on turn 1 and think your sponsors and race team are going to keep you on the ballot. You also can't deliberately hit people and, you know, end them, because, well, then you just might find yourself in a prison cell. Oh, great clean pass. Good job, Rondi. Good job, mate. Oh, Film is getting a little wild, driving an old Skyline. Very cool. A legendary race car. We're driving there a little wide to avoid a collision with Rondi. In racing, you have to be patient and choose the responsible, smart time to pass. The NSX I find is really great on this track. And I don't know if I've ever driven a front engine on this track. Maybe the GTR. So if you go in too quick, you go in hot, you're going to come out not further down the track, slower on back onto the accelerator, and it'll cost you. You'll feel like you took the turn quickly, but you really didn't. It's all about going slow, come out fast. You got to go in slow to get that ideal drive line. And it takes a lot of experience to unwire the brain that says going fast, going fast. And also, you got to drive often to the end of a turn. You really go wide and deep. Wide and deep is another mantra that needs to exist in your head. Now, we know this track, but we kind of forgot our brake points, it looks like. At the 100 here, we'll brake. So fuel going down quickly here at the 50. That's our brake point. Second for rotation. Little double downshift and quick little braking at the end of the candy. Glad I'm actually following the pack through there. Everyone took that well. The Huracan can't handle grass. The Lamborghini Huracan can't handle grass. Originally a lawn tractor company, but can no longer handle that grass at all. Dano letting people pass because I don't know, he wants me to go by. I think he wants to observe my driving so he can give me great tips during the week to help me become a faster, better driver. He's always saving us tons of time off our laps, just like Filmless GT. Great coach and mentors in the live stream. Don't forget, folks, to like and subscribe with bell notifications turned on, because you'll learn a ton. If you're watching the live chats, those are the best to watch, because that's where we get direct pro advice or expert advice. Because pro would mean they're getting paid for what they're doing, but no, they give it. They're giving out the tips and time for free, giving back to the racing community. So yeah, Dano definitely letting us pass so you can follow along. I think you'll be taking notes of my drive style from behind the 50, get some braking in there. Try to accelerate once we get to about the middle of the apex here. Brake at the end of the candies with a double downshift. Oh, maybe just a single downshift would have been better. Yes. No double downshift, single downshift works just fine. At the 50. Follow the tire tracks for generally an ideal line or close to it. So we'll go extra wide here at the 100, get our braking in. This should be a fast lap if we don't make any contact with anybody. At the 100. Yeah, Dano definitely observing the drive style so he can help us out this week at getting faster. He's vested and he's trying to get us up to the B League. There we go, starting to use the whole track, meaning this will be a much faster lap. Much faster lap as we go in slow so that we can come out fast. Shave 2 full seconds off just by following the mantra, go wide, turn in, use the whole track, and go in slow so we can come out further down the track. So you go in slow so that you can get that ideal race line. You pop out further down the track and you're back on the throttle so much sooner. At the 100. Slipstream, so we want to let people break wind for us. Means less wind resistance on our car, better acceleration. So everyone seems to know the Red Bull Ring pretty darn decently. Oh, we got those elevated curbs causing problems for our buddy there. So Forza Canada racing quite fine, and I'm just trying to keep up. Dano taking notes so you can help me out during the week. Oh, and we almost had, everyone took a little bit too much curb there, but there's that weakness of the 911, of the Ferrari 458, and the Lamborghini Huracan. Elevated curbs will throw you off course. So now we'll follow Dano and take notes and learn. And he's already way off, showing us how fast he can be when he's doing a hot lap instead of an observational lap. And he's driving the Viper. Love the Dodge Viper. Sad that prices have exploded on them. There was a time when dealers were losing money just to get the Vipers off their lots when they were new. Now, used ones selling for more than when they were new. That's a missed investment opportunity if you like investing in cars. At the 50, double downshift, right over the candies, no throttle so we don't slide out or drive ourselves out. Good racing, mates. Glad to have had this race with you folks. All right, let's see how it shook out. Looks like we got some A racers up there. A plus racers as well up in the house today. Up in the buddy basement here. Trying to recreate that feeling of the 1990s style, 2000 style racing where video games could actually be played with friends in person. Well, now we do it with friends online. So PHG Plankton, great job. You won gold. A silver for Philness. Great work, Philness. Right on, mate. And Ray, GR3 with a third. And look at those A and A plus racers. Great job. Cosmic Man, 5. Dano 5. Dano 599. Congratulations. Jay Rizzo, fantastic. Sammy Epic, good work. Forza Canada, yes. So Forza Canada, fastest amongst the C racers. Rondi, also faster among the C racers. And Cosmic Man 5, a B racer, but I think he just joined in or got taken off the track or had some sort of accident. So that was fun, folks. Rondi, Johnny saying, my bad. Rondi, I didn't see you doing anything, really. Maybe I did something wrong, and that's a bit of sarcasm. If so, I'm sorry about that. Forza Canada, also known as Frank the Tank, has left the room. No worries. That was a great race. Congratulations. Thanks for the race, and let's do this again sometime. And by sometime, I mean either every week, Friday night, or Saturday morning. Thank you so much, folks. Now, if 9 stay, we'll do one last race. It'll be the last race of the day. And I will switch it to Spa for the last race of the day, because I need to get to family time. Okay, Forza's out, so that means we're down to 8. Folks, thank you so much for watching. I'm truly blessed to have you guys watching, have you guys racing with me. Thank you so much for the subscriber race. It has been a total blast. Catch us Saturday mornings having subscriber races. Usually online weekly race every night, usually starting at about 9 to about 10. And okay, well, Philness is, Philness is, well, we're still sitting at 9. You know what? I gotta count this short. That's been 2 hours of racing, folks. Thank you so much. Catch you later tonight for a live. Thank you so much for watching. Truly blessed. In the meantime, I wish you all more cars and more power, and hope you get to put the pedal to the metal on a car that you love sometime real soon. Thank you very much, guys. That was a lot of fun racing. Peace out. Take care. All-Terrain Nation, thanks for making it out. Don't forget to check out his channel. And you can also check out our YouTube channel with our real cars over at Johnny's Car Care and Reviews. Now, if you're watching and you haven't subscribed yet, please help us out. Hit that like button, drop a comment, and don't forget to subscribe and turn bell notifications on.
Has left the room. Philness, SN0.